Hi everybody, it's Miss Lorenz. I'm going to talk about Unit 3, Lesson 11, and we're looking at using a double number line as well as a percent table to solve percent problems. So both of these percent problems are pretty different, so make sure that you're ready to take notes because we're looking at percents in two different ways. So this first one, we're finding a percent of a number. So we're going to try to find 30% of 50 pounds. So you can see that I've made a double number line. This bottom number line is our percents. As you can see, it goes from 0 to 100, and our top number line is weight in pounds. And then I always like to sort of indicate, circle, or whatever my starting point. So we're finding a percent of 50, so our 50 is our 100%, and that's why it's lined up with 100%. The way I always like to think of it is I always like to find, well, what's my 10%? So my 10% is going to be right here, right? And so if I divide my 100 by 10, or I multiply by a tenth, I get my 10%. And then I'm going to have to do the same thing right up here with my 50. So a tenth of 50 is 5. Once I have my 5, my 10%, then I can complete the rest of my double number line. So if this is 10%, then this is my 20%. This is my 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Those are going to correspond to that same ratio, right? So I've got 5 is 10%, so that would mean 10 would be 20%, and 15 would be 30%, 20 would be 30 or 40%, and so on. The same thing here in the percent table. Everything that I just said here is written down here. So I start with 100%. Always start with your 100%, you guys. Always start with that. It's really important that you have like that starting point in your brain. So I know my 100% is 50. So I know my 10% is 5. And here I can just go right to 30. So I know that 10% times 3 is 30%. And so 5 times 3 is 15. And there's my answer another way. This second problem is a little different because this time we're not finding a percent of a number. This time we're finding what the 100% is. So look at what we're looking for here. We have 140%, and we know that 140% of some number, we don't know what that number is 28. So 140% is 28, and we have to find the 100%. So we're going to try to figure out what each of these intervals are. So this time we're going to go down to the percent table first, and we'll see if we can make the connection the other direction this time. So just like before, we want that 10%. So if 140% is 28, then 10% is going to be 2. And I'm going to go ahead and divide my 140% by 14 so that you guys can see where I got that. So to get from 140% to 10%, I have to divide by 14, right? 140 divided by 14 gives me my 10. So then if I divide 140% by 14, then yep, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide the 28 by 14, and 28 divided by 14 is 2. So this is my ratio right here. 10% is 2. Well, if I know 10% is 2, then I know I need 10 of those to get to my 100%, because 10 tens is 100, so I have to multiply my 2 times 10 to get 20. So hopefully this really helps you see this connection between our double number lines and our percent tables, which are both really similar and wonderful tools for us to solve these percent problems. Okay, I hope that helps. Thanks for listening.